I'm Kevin Womack. I'm here with Luke Franklin, one of my athletes at Ukiah High School, and we will be demonstrating how to correctly instruct someone on deadlift technique. When I first started working with Luke, he made some of the mistakes that you would see with someone who is inexperienced with doing a deadlift. He started with the bar too far away from his body. He abducted his shoulders, rolling them forward rather than pulling them back, which led to the flexion of the lumbar spine. He also squatted down to the bar, which changes which muscles you're working with rather than pulling with the glutes and the hamstrings. And he consistently locked his knees out before locking out his hips. To address each of these issues, we'll start with the first one, starting too far from the bar. That's an easy one to fix. So when you start, shins up against the bar, at most 1 to 2 inches away. When treating the second issue, the abduction of the shoulders, you have to ask, did the individual lack technical skill or are they lacking strength in the area? When addressing technical skill, it's important to walk your client through each step in relation to a deadlift. I like to break this down into 10 different steps. First step, feet and shins. Are your feet shoulder width apart? Are your shins close enough to the bar to start the lift with the correct angle? Next, neutral chin. What you'll see in a lot of inexperienced deadlifters is they're so focused on looking down on the bar, they tilt their chin down. This leads to flexion of the cervical spine, which travels down to the thoracic spine, down into the lumbar spine. It's a chain reaction that causes flexion to hold back. So if you dip your chin down and you're looking down at the bar as you go down, see how his back spine is already in that flexion we want to avoid. Third, adduct the shoulders. A way you can ensure that your client is doing this correctly is place your hand here and feel it for yourself. So adduct your shoulders, pull it back as far as you can. You want to feel that pinch right here. That shows that their shoulders are far on their back and that they're ready to do the lift. And you hold that, lowering themselves to the bar, but while keeping their spine in that good alignment, shoulders back, lowering down to the bar, nice and easy. Leads us to the next, your hand positioning. So, for a deadlift, you want to have your hands just outside of the width of your legs. If your hands are too wide, that forces your upper body closer to the bar. It forces your spine into that flexion that we want to avoid so desperately. So, feet and shins, back, shoulders pulled back, hands in good position. Or step 6, that's pulling out the slide. So go back down to the bar. So now, see how he pulled his body tight. That gets this good spinal alignment. You can sit up just a little more because you want to pull with the posterior chain muscles. You don't want to push with the quads. So from there, flex the core. So take a nice deep breath and you push out, you flex your abs, your rectus abdominis, because that will help to keep your spine in line. That will help to avoid any unnecessary flexion or hyperextension. And pull evenly and consistently up. Good. Now, lower it back down. What we saw with that is he pulled nice and consistent at consistent speed. Another thing you'll see a lot of inexperienced deadlifters do is they'll try to yank the bar off the ground as hard as they can, thinking it'll get them more power. All this does is it shocks your whole body. Rather than being able to pull consistently and keep your back tight, it immediately puts too much pressure on your lumbar spine, and you lose form, you can hurt yourself, all sorts of bad. Pull up the slack, so sit your butt up a little bit. See how his knees and hips locked out at the exact same time. Lower it down. The main reason the knees tend to lock out before the hips is it has less of a distance to go to lock out. Your hips, because you're bent all the way over, you have to go from almost full flexion to full extension. Your knees only have to go from a slight flexion to full extension. But if you lock out your knees before your hips, you switch which muscles are pulling the bar from it being supported by your hamstrings and your glutes to having the bar supported by your glutes and your erector spinae, which puts too much strain on your lower back and can lead to injuries. As we saw with his 2 demonstrations there, did step 10 correctly, maintaining the proper posture in his spine as he lowered the weight back down. Too many times you see they get up to the top of the rep and then they relax, and that's when the injuries happen. Right at the start of the rep, if they start pulling too hard from a bad position, they get to the top of the rep and think, oh, thank goodness I'm done, and they relax and immediately lose all that tension in their spine and they can rupture a disc. Now, if your client or athlete is lacking strength, and that is why they can't keep their shoulders adducted during the deadlift, this usually is very common in untrained or young athletes because their leg muscles are much more highly developed than their upper back muscles, and so what they're capable of lifting with their legs for a deadlift exceeds what their shoulders can keep pulled back. A couple of the lifts you can do to increase this strength. One is the glute ham raise, or another variation of the back hyperextension. So lock your legs in, cross your chest, lower yourself down, and pick yourself back up. Now what this is doing is it's training his hamstrings, his glutes, and his lower back all to work in tandem to keep that back in line and work together to extend the hips. Now once again, if your athlete or client is lacking strength, it could also be lacking strength in the trapezius and rhomboid muscles in the back that keep your shoulders adducted during the lift. So one exercise I like to have my athletes do for this is the dumbbell single arm row. Now I have them do it from the higher angle bench so they can actually get a little bit of that shoulder elevation activation too, which is also by the upper fibers of the trapezius muscles. Supports himself, arm fully extended, shoulder abducts forward. Now he pulls it back, adducts it, and slightly elevates, and controls it back down. This will strengthen those muscles, keep it so you can keep your shoulders back during the deadlift. Now, the last issue that we had incorrect for Luke here was squatting too low to the bar, which is still something he's working on today. The reason an athlete might do this is because they're naturally trying to keep their spine in line. They're trying to avoid that flexion, avoid injury, but by changing their back position from being more parallel to squatting down here, they're changing which muscles are activated during the lift. So lift from there. So rather than it becoming a primary hip extension exercise, it becomes a primary knee extension exercise driven by the quads. It becomes more of a squat, which in itself isn't a horrible thing, but it is not what we're trying to work with the deadlift. It changes the entire dynamic of the lift. So lower the bar back down. So pull up the slack and start with your legs a little higher and pull. There, activates the posterior chain primarily. Your quads are just there for support. Lower the bar back down. And it is a correct deadlift.